I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman trying to kill herself. She says, I don't know why I tried to do this, and by way of explanation, tells her life story. We are in book 3, working title, Shiny Pretty Gothic. We're actually almost at the end. This might either be the last chapter or the second last chapter. Last week in Shiny Pretty Gothic, Ava and Elizabeth split up, and Ava slept on an oceanside cliff under a full moon. This chapter is called That Brief Respite of Joy Spent Traipsing Across Western Island in the Late Summer. But first, did you know there were sand dunes in Oregon? I thought it was all trees and greenery. Oh, and Bethune looks like a 1950s postcard of a quaint fishing village. It's true. Bethune is a time capsule in the middle of 1987. One of my rides, a middle-aged woman driving a lemon yellow Buick, told me to take the ferry from Bethune to Western Island instead of continuing up the highway. It's a beautiful trip. You won't regret it, she said. Next chapter, Oh Canada. Oh Canada, my home and native land, through patriot love and all thy sons command. Sick. Yeah, I actually sing the national anthem, tears filling my eyes. I'm off the ferry. It was a stunning trip. Expansive bright blue sky, sun warm enough for t-shirts and shorts, but blessedly, invigoratingly cooler than climes I've been traveling through. Ocean spray, wind on my face, water lapping against the boat, and rocky outcrops rising from the sea, crowned with evergreens. No one's around, so I kneel, drop my backpack, and literally kiss the pine-strewn earth by the side of the road. I spread out my arms and hug this particular patch of planet as best I can. Then I wipe my mouth, stand, still crying, but smiling, and hoist my backpack on. Americans laugh at backwards Canadians. I get it. There's definitely a lot less people in Canada, and that fresh, crisp air is like a youthful, naive schoolgirl compared to the powerful heat of some of the areas I've traveled through in the US. However, the Christmas energizes and enlivens, differently powerful. Canadians, self-possessed, studious teenagers tolerating their working class uncles teasing, understanding that international relations is going to bring them more money, prestige, and adventure than a trade ticket. Not one car has passed for over an hour, but according to my map, this gravel road is the right one. I trudge on, sun tickling my skin, massive trees guarding me, and birds entertaining. Evergreen, ocean, and sun-baked road, I inhale deeply. Hey, is that? It is. A brown and white national park sign. I'm here. Inside, I walk across moss that hangs like hammocks over bulging tree roots. It, along with the fir trees and their sun-filtering boughs, makes everything green, even the air. I take out my sleeping bag and lay it across moss, eat a couple granola bars and some yogurt, pack my garbage back into my backpack, not out of a desire to keep the forest clean as much as to keep insects away. I don't think about bears and mountain lions. I don't even know they live here. Then I sleep, my first night back in Canada, in a huge emerald bedroom, like something out of a fairy tale. Cedar Bay. Uncle Claude's brother or sister, I can't remember which, lives here. Family, sort of, through marriage. But weirdos like me because they live on a houseboat in a town of houseboats. Patio lanterns twinkle in the dust, metal parts of boats bang against each other, sounding like oversized wind chimes in this watery hobbit village tucked away in a knobby corner of the ocean's arm, or one of the ocean's arms, one of the ocean's tentacles, one of the ocean's veins. The ocean is Medusa. We're in her hair, a cozy community of lice. I go to the only bar in Cedar Bay, a wooden half-stilted building off the wharf, and ask around about my pseudo-relatives whose names I can't remember. When I find their small boat, it's awkward. They don't ask if I'm expecting to be put up for the night, but they're probably wondering. I leave, lying that I have a friend who's expecting me, and sleep in the woods. When I lived with Pierre and Beth in Release, I saw a girl sing at a cafe, a sort of Joni Mitchell or Carol Taylor. No, that's not right. James Taylor? Carol Ian, Carly Simon? Carol King, that's it. The girl strummed her guitar, gazing into some middle distance, leaning backwards, head tilted sideways so that her dark hair fell down like a curtain, a beatific smile on her face. When she finished, she came over to our table. She was a friend of Beth's. But she told all of us that if we wanted to visit her on the island she was moving to out west, on the other side of the country, to come and find her. So I'm here. I ask around. Oh, that sounds like Wendy, says an older, barefoot man wearing Indian cotton and rumpled Guatemalan trousers. He points up the road. She lives in a bus over there. A lot of people on this island live in buses. Overgrown gardens, long grass, shacks, every so often a magnificent glassed-in home right out of Architectural Digest. Many of the ramshackle gardens contain bright red flowers on long stalks. Some of the stalks have pods at the top instead of blooms. The pods are all covered in slits, as if someone's taken a razor blade to, poppies, the illegal kind. Wendy squints at me. Oh, yes, best friend, she says vaguely. I cringe. I should have known that invites given out by musicians to cafe tables full of strangers aren't real. Wendy continues to perform a welcome for me, inviting me into her bus, lighting a joint, and making tea. I don't know what to say, so she takes out her guitar, strums, and sings. After a while, she says, let's go visit Joan. We go to a small wooden house where a thin, loud, leathery, gray-haired woman complains about her neighbors who don't like her parties. Wendy and Joan smoke more pot, but I beg off. Joan takes out her guitar and she and Wendy sing. Wendy says I can sleep under a tarp near her bus. Yeah, I smoke pot too, but not a gram a day, Wendy yells at her boyfriend in the bus as I'm bedding down for the night. You don't pay rent, so you don't get to tell me what to do. Well, how are we going to heat this fucking thing in the winter? I don't want to live with Joan again, and she probably doesn't want us either. Why don't you get a job then instead of spending your time playing tour guide? I wince. Oh, well, I've already decided to leave first thing in the morning. I heard that West Road was beautiful, but standing along a highway, a gray, low sky pushing down, all I see are flat, old, and dirty buildings. I'm not in the city proper, but you'd think the outskirts would be pretty too. It starts to rain. It's 5 o'clock after a day of short rides and long waits. Where am I? An hour out of Westwood, if I'm lucky. A truck with a morose, younger than usual driver, maybe mid-30s, stops. He's headed to a town about 4 hours west. I don't have a good feeling about him, but I'm tired. The trucker stares at the road, swearing when he thinks other drivers are doing stupid things. Rain splats against the windshield and fence posts light up in his headlights. I lean against the door, depressed. Want to stop by the road and have a little fun? He mumbles. I freeze. Pretend I didn't hear. What if I pull off on a side road and we have some fun? He says louder. He's not looking at me. He stares straight ahead. Come on, he continues. His voice drops in pitch and volume. I can tell you want it. I bet you're wet all the time, craving some big, hard dick. I got a big, hard dick. I'll make you scream. Fuck off, I say. The only people around are in passing vehicles. Light from their headlights illuminates the rain splattering on the windshield between each swipe of the wipers. He smiles, or maybe leers, still staring straight ahead. You think you can ride for free? I press against the door and grab the handle. I look past the window. Gravel is a long way down. I'll have to leave my backpack. Let me out, I say. How about a blowjob, slut? Stop, I scream. What if I won't? I could fuck you and throw your body by the side. Let me the fuck out. I know your name. I know your license number. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. I'll call the police. Don't even fucking try, you. I don't even know what I'm saying. Screaming, stringing whatever comes to mind together. Calm down, he says, looking over at me. Staring at the gravel, fingers pressed against the handle, ready to jump. I'm only joking. Let me the fuck out. I can't, he smirks. You can't just stop a big truck like this. Let me fucking out. I press on the latch. Relax. He smiles, the menace disappearing from his voice. I'm only joking. We're half an hour from Tremel. You can get out when I stop for gas. In Tremel, the bus station is a bowling alley. I buy a Greyhound ticket across the country to Concord. I am done hitchhiking.